Hey, yo, what's up, guys? This is Mr. Neptune back with another video. This video is by a gym coach called Greg Doucette. His video is about is Tristan Lee natty or not? So basically, there's this trend in the fitness industry in regards to the level of fitness that you are. If somebody is naturally built, in that physique that they are building in the gym, or are they taking performance enhancing drugs, different types of steroids, different types of muscle enhancers in regards to the the physique that they have, and that is where are they natural or are they not? That's where the phrase natty or not comes from. So we're gonna dive it in this video of Greg Doucette asking the question: is this guy Tristan? I think he is a Taiwanese gym athlete. I'm not so sure, natural or not. But let's get into the video.
Holy God, what in the world is this kid on? Because, like, look at the shreds. How could he get so ripped? He must be on growth hormone tests, SARMs, everything. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to answer the question, is Tristan Lee natural or is he not natural? Before I get into that, I am not a doctor. I don't know him personally, and these are just going to be my opinions on what I believe to be true. You can't bet your life on if I am 100% right or not, but I bet that I am. All right, getting right into it. First heard about him about 2 years ago. He was guest posing at 15 years of age with a friend of mine, IFBB pro Johnny Shreve in Ontario. And Johnny was like, dude, there's this kid. He's like 15 years old. He's so small, but he's like ripped and like the crowd loves him and he's awesome. He's this cool little kid. And I'm like looking at the video. I'm like, wow, that's cute. You know, he's a little kid posing. That's
So this is the guy Tristan Lee that he's speaking about. So I have seen this guy before on social media, like years ago, like as he said years ago. This is like about 10 years ago. And this guy Tristan Lee was, from what I understood, he was 15 years old, or he is 15 years old in this video. And in this video, he was competing in like these amateur bodybuilder events. And like for a 15-year-old, his physique was crazy. Like he was toned, buff, everything. You can even see in this picture that he's like he has this form of like a different type of bodybuilder, and it's like it's crazy for somebody of this age to have this type of form or have this type of skill in this type of sport. So yeah.
neat. That's basically what I thought. Then months go by, and then there's this picture circulating of his hamstrings, and his hamstrings are like shredded. And I'm like, holy, that's that dude you guest pose with. And it's like cool. And he's like, all of a sudden, people start following him like crazy, right? He has 1 million followers now. He's more famous than most Mr. Olympia competitors at 17. And the big thing is, almost no one thinks that he could be natural. So we're going to see, is it possible? Because when you look at his before and after from the 15 years of age to 16 to 17, you're like, holy God.
So you can see in this picture from the 2017 November to October 2018, basically like a year apart. You can see his legs look completely different. Like here, you can see this is a natural person's legs on the left hand side on the 27 on 2020 in 2017, and in on the right hand side you can see that this person's legs look completely bloated. It looks like additionally defined. The veins are just popping out everywhere. Like, how does this happen to somebody's legs over a period of a year, unless like the person either had like medical issues or the body just started transforming differently due to the age and puberty and all of that. So that's the only realistic, even in that reason, it still doesn't stand out. So this is the example of like, this is how he's trying to prove if people are natural or not. Because on the left, you can see the person is natural at 17. And on the right, you can see that it looks completely unnatural as a human physique or physiognomy or whatever.
God, what in the world is this kid on? Because, like, look at the shreds. How could he get so ripped? He must be on growth hormone tests, SARMs, everything. What in the world? Look how huge this kid is. Okay? So, just so you know, this guy is like 5'2", 5'3", and he's like 130 something pounds. So he's tiny. If you see him in person, you'll be like, that's who he is. That's who everyone says is on steroids. That little guy, that tiny little dude. Okay? When you take a picture and you Photoshop it, or if you have the best lighting in the world, or if you're just pumped, and when you're shredded, the thing is, people, you have no clue what shredded makes you look like. When you're shredded and you flex and the veins come out and your strices, you look twice as big as you really are. Especially in a picture. In real life, and you stand next to the person, you're like, it's not impressive. When I was younger and like his age, I was bigger than him. No one thought I'm like steroids and stuff, but we didn't have like internet back then and half natty lighting and all these things, okay? So you can look way more impressive. A couple days ago, he posted a picture and he's basically doing this, like, and his legs out and like this, right? And he looks crazy. Like, I'm looking at that, I'm like, this guy's on steroids for sure. If you say...
You see there, so Greg Doucette as somebody... Okay, so let me give you a little backstory on Greg. So Greg used to be an athlete. I think he was a bodybuilder, and he took performance-enhancing drugs. So if you saw from the way he flexed before in the previous scene, you can see that he shows like physical... He's very big as a guy, but like you can see like his muscles are very big, and you can see how he knows what somebody that on steroids or like performance enhancing drugs looks like. And this picture of Tristan, you can see, is of somebody that is on performance enhancing drugs, because no ways at that height and that age and that physique should you look like you are, or like in a sense like a super villain, like body type, whatever, because now your body doesn't even look natural anymore. It just looks like you are an outline of a character in a comic book or something like that. Like it looks superhero or freakishly unnatural in a sense.
Is this guy natural? I'm like, he's 17. I'm like, no way is this guy natural. Okay? Then you look at the next video and he's running a soccer drill. And I'm like, does he work out? Yeah, I think he trains some. He has a bit of muscle. Yeah. And you'd say, is he natural? What do you mean, is he natural? Of course he's natural. Look at him. He hardly has any muscle. Why would he not be natural? 17-year-old kid that trains hard and he has a little bit of muscle, weighs 130 something pounds. No way can he be natural. What? What are you talking about? He looks tiny. Of course he's natural. Oh my goodness. Like, just look at what he really looks like. Now, when he's in a video, it's hard to get the natty lighting and to show the cuts all crazy because you're actually lifting. In a still photo, you have a very hard time judging size, shreds, all kinds of stuff because the lighting can change everything. You can filter up and make a picture look like the cuts are 3 times as deep. People do it all the time. Some people never post a normal picture. It's all filtered to shit. You can't even see what they look like. I'm like, and clients do it to me. I'm like, stop sending me stupid bullshit pictures of your freaking body that I don't even know. It looks like a cartoon. It's a caricature. What am I looking at here? I can't see cuts. I can't see what? I see filtered bullshit. What are you doing? You trying to trick the coach that you ripped? Stop it. So Tristan Lee is natural, okay? Oh, he's on growth hormone. It's because he's so...
Okay, so Greg Doucette is saying in this video of, like, I think this video is like 3 years, 4 years old. He's saying in this video that Tristan Lee is natural. At 17, 16, he's saying that this kid is natural. So his statement for saying that the kid is natural is not based upon any blood work or any any proof of what exactly. He's just seen videos of the person, and his argument is that if you are sitting in a still photo and you just got done doing a workout, obviously if you flex, you're going to be more bigger than what you are, which is a fair point. It's basically a fair point. It can happen to anybody when they're taking a still photo. But when you're taking a video and somebody's doing a workout at the point of where you said like you're lifting up your arm, you can see that, oh no, you do look unnatural in a bit because like you're flexing and now it looks like your arm looks more natural. Sorry. But in this sense of the saying, he's saying he's natural. But honestly, if you think of it realistically, why is somebody of that age, firstly, that famous, that influential, and also getting all of that attention just for flexing and having that? Yes, I understand he competes in competitions, but that makes no valid point. The problem is with social media fame is that we take what we see for what it is, and sometimes it's not always what it is, because the difference is that if you do become famous, as you said in the beginning, with 1 million followers, it's a situation of where you tend to have access to a lot of influence and a lot of brand deals and all of that, and also a lot of money. And that money gives you access to different types of people, rooms, fitness events, and all of that. So it gives you a lot of leeway in that regard.
So short. Does he look like he grew 6 inches? Is he 5'9" now? No. If he's on all this growth hormone, why isn't he growing? It's growth hormone. He's natural. He's not big, but he's shredded. So the reason you think, and I know half of you are watching this and think, yep, Coach Greg just lost all his credibility because he thinks that he's natural. No one in the world can be that ripped natural.
Exactly.
Ripped is calories in, calories out. He burns more than he eats. He eats a low calorie diet, obviously. He does a lot of freaking cardio. He's running all the time.
You see, that's the problem. As I just said, he's taking it off of what he's seeing on social media. He hasn't seen this person actually consume and do these things consistently. He's taking it off of the age of where he is actually where he's actually burning these things off on the factor that he has a higher metabolism and he's actually training and playing football and all of these things. But what he doesn't see is that we are saying that he is unnatural because the age does not mean that the person cannot do what he does. He's taking it off of the physiognomy and the physique of the person based upon images and videos, but it doesn't understand that that person cannot be natural based upon that, which you cannot gain that amount of following just based off of you competing in like competitions and you are in the gym and you are all of this. And also, why are you not in school as a 17, 16-year-old? Like, you cannot be that influential and not be in school, if you understand what I'm saying.
To be good at soccer. Stop thinking you can't get ripped. Every single human being on earth, and don't tell me I have a thyroid problem. My grandmother is this, and I have so much stupid comments and emails from people writing me about my mom can't lose weight because it's her underactive thyroid, and the less she eats, the less she can burn and the more fat she stores. Bullshit. What kind of law of thermodynamics do you think your mom invented the ability to change it? Is she from Krypton? No. These people are stupid. It's so moronic to think that people can just eat less and get fatter. Everyone can be stripped. Tristan is shredded. He's shredded because he's a strict eater. He's very disciplined. He's not eating pizza and burgers and Wendy's every day. He's eating a strict diet. He doesn't want to be fat. He wants to be lean. He also probably has good genetics to be lean. Who cares? It's good genetics to build muscle, good genetics to be lean. He has energy while being shredded. It's not affecting his ability to run and whatnot. Somebody else might be as lean as Tristan and feel like garbage and not be able to play soccer.
You see, now he makes a fair point there. The last point he made is that Tristan can play soccer. Most soccer players are lean by default. They cannot carry a lot of muscle mass on their body because if you play soccer, you burn like your body is burning a lot of calories as you are running. You're running for 90 minutes straight, like you're running like a 3 kilometers to like 7 kilometers per game. It's a lot of running, so you cannot have a lot of mass on you. I agree with him on that. But my problem is where you are stating that he is not taking performance enhancing drugs when a lot of soccer players take performance enhancing drugs. I'm not saying that Tristan doesn't play or he plays for a team. He doesn't. I'm assuming he doesn't. He's a bodybuilder or he's an athlete in that sense. But here's the problem. You're stating that because he's ripped or he's shredded and he eats cleaner because of the sports and the athlete lifestyle that he lives, you're under the impression that he's burning more, so it means that he has less on his body. But that does not entail that the person is actually natural. What I'm trying to state is that the performance enhancing aspect is always on the table, specifically not at this young age, but it can be at this young age. What Greg is doing is he's just saying, oh, he's young, he's burning a lot of fat, he has the ability to grow that amount of weight or muscle on his body. But what he doesn't understand is that it's not about the muscle, it's about the will the person do the performance enhancing drugs? Why are we ignoring the obvious thing of that can this person do it or can this person not do it?
He can. So shut up. Shut up. He's natural. Stop accusing him. Stop being jealous. Stop being a hater. Just stop. So, what percent do I think he is? I think he's probably close to 6% body fat, somewhere between 6 and 7. I've read on his thing and people guess is 2 point something and he's done test 2 point something. No, 3% body fat is the leanest human being on the world. You can't get lower than that. You would be dead. 4% is the leanest I've ever been in my life, and I could hardly function. I could hardly train. I could hardly walk. I could hardly get up out of the bathtub on my own. It's very hard to be that shredded, okay? He's not 3 or 4 or 5%. He's above. He's probably 6 or 7, which is still very lean. Most high-level performance athletes are 8 to 12%. So when you see somebody who's really lean, assume they're 8 to 12%. I'm 8 point something percent. Look, 8 point something percent. This is what 8 looks like, okay? Just to give you an idea. I'm lean. It's hard to be 5%, so stop thinking that. If you get to 6 to 7% body fat, you will look shredded. You can then take nice lights, a nice camera, take a picture, pump up, get the veins out, do a flex, twist, make your waist look smaller. Lean forward a little bit, like this, lean forward, and take the picture and get your arm out and lean your stomach back and your chest will look twice as big as your stomach, and you can trick people into thinking you're way bigger and have a small waist. It's camera angles. You take your camera and you can twist it this way a little bit or that way, or it's from above or it's from below, and it totally distorts how you look. You can make yourself look way bigger. Or when you're standing and you're taking a picture with a friend and you do this and they just stick their arm out just a little bit in front and their arm looks 4 inches bigger than you. It's trick photography. It's simple, okay?
So I'll say this just to end off the video. I'll say that when it comes to bodybuilding or being a fit guy or fitness in general, I think the issue is that looking at it is that we try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but when you are in a state of where the fitness aspect becomes a competition, most people will do what it takes to win. And yes, I'll give it to say that that Tristan in this regard is a young person. In this video, he's a young person. I mean that was a few years ago, but in this regard, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he doesn't do performance enhancing drugs. For me personally, I would say it's not natural because I understand having that physique at that age, it's very difficult to be like ripped and shredded at that age. You can put on a lot of mass or weight or whatever in a quick amount of time due to your metabolism, but you cannot be natural at that weight looking that lean. You understand what I'm saying? It's very difficult for your body to balance out that amount of that amount of how can I say not muscle fibers but shreddedness in a sense. I'll use that word for lack of a better term. So knowing that, I'll say it's not natural in my book. Greg says he is, so we'll agree to disagree on this one. But yeah, guys, that is my take on it. If you guys like this video, just drop a comment or drop a like or whatever. Thank you for watching my videos, and this is Mr. Neptune signing out.